So, are you thinking about getting a convertible but just not sure about it? Maybe you're afraid of the durability of it or the security. Well, I was too. This is my first convertible, and I've decided through my research and what I've done, I've figured out that there's really 4 things you've got to have in order to own a convertible. These are 4 things you must have or you must do if you're going to own a convertible. Number 1, you must have a garage, okay? Preferably a private closed garage. You've got to keep these things in a garage. If you keep it in a garage, that's going to eliminate most of the concerns and worries you're going to have about people cutting your top and stealing your stuff, or rain or moisture, or weather damage long-term, things like that. Keep it in a garage, and most of those worries just melt away. If you don't have a garage, I would not buy a convertible. Seriously. I think it's a must-have. The second thing, number 2, is that you need to have the time or the budget to take care of it cosmetically. More so than just a typical car. You've got to keep it clean. You've got to keep the top protected. And you've either got to have the time to do it yourself or the money to pay somebody else to do it. There's nothing sharper and nothing more beautiful than a well-maintained, clean convertible. But there's also nothing worse looking, nothing more laughable than a convertible that's in bad shape. Okay? If it's got a top that's stained or torn or whatever, it just looks horrible. Okay? So, number 2, that is a must-have. All right? Number 3, the third thing you must have to own a convertible is you must have a cool head. All right? These things attract attention, lots of attention, both good and bad. And I'm typically accosted in some way every time I drive it. And if you're someone who's prone to road rage, or if you get mad, you're going to get tailgated quite a bit, even if you're not, even if you're driving really fast. That's going to happen quite often, and you've got to have a cool head to be able to deal with it. All right, especially in a convertible, because you're easily accessible. People can see you. They can reach out and touch you, and you don't have the protection of a cab. So you really need to have a cool head to let things roll off your back if someone gets really jealous and they start riding your tail or acting like they're going to hit you or something, which they're probably not, but they're trying to make you think so. So you've got to have a cool head, number 3. You really do. It does attract a lot of attention, and not all of it's good, unfortunately. Number 4, the 4th thing that you have to have if you're going to own a convertible, drum roll, is another car. Okay? Yeah, you're going to have another car if you own a convertible. Convertible is not practical transportation. Just like a motorcycle is not practical transportation. Years ago, when I took a motorcycle class, I do ride from time to time, by the way, and the instructor came in. It was a rainy day. He had his full rain suit on, his helmet, all his gear, his full rain gear on, and he had rode his motorcycle all the way to class, and it was a long way that he came, but he wasted no time in telling us, hey, this is not practical transportation. I'm doing this as a demonstration, but it's not practical. Same thing with a convertible. Okay, if you drive it every day, you certainly can. But you're driving it to the office. If it sits outside all day while you're in the office, or whatever, you're going to have the same worries and concerns of anything like this that's vulnerable, that's sitting outside. It's just, it could be, there are security issues, there are weather issues, and, it just can get easily damaged. And, I think that you need to have another car as a daily driver. I think a convertible is really just a weekend fun car. I don't think it's a good idea to try and drive one as a daily driver as your primary mode of transportation. It's certainly possible, but it's going to give you some worry and some risk. And if you're like me, I can't stand worrying about that kind of stuff. It drives me nuts because I'm a car guy. I love my cars. I can't stand it if these things get a scratch on them. So to each his own, But I would highly recommend that you have primary transportation, another car that's not a convertible, and keep the drop top as a weekend car. Those are the 4 things that I think you absolutely must have in order to own a convertible. If you don't have all 4 of those things, I don't think you should buy one. If you do, then I think you certainly should buy one. I would say that, is it worth it? Is it a great idea? Is it as fun as it looks? Absolutely. Absolutely. There is nothing more fun than a drop top. There's nothing cooler than a drop top. And I mean, you feel like a star when you're riding this thing, no matter what kind of car it is, practically. And the family loves it. My daughter loves it. My wife loves it. And if I had gotten another, sports car, hardtop, muscle car, like the Mach 1, for example, I would have enjoyed it, but my family wouldn't have enjoyed it. And I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as this. I've already got my Scat Pack, so why do I need another hardtop muscle car? This is something different. It's a whole different driving experience. It's a whole different driving experience. And I think it's worth the premium that you have to pay for it. And it's great fun. It is great fun. And worth it, very much worth it. And so if you're on the fence about buying a convertible, I would say if you have all 4 of those things that I just spoke of, I would say definitely go ahead and get it, because you won't regret it. It'll be loads of fun for yourself and your family. And yeah, I don't think you'll regret it at all. All right, cheers. See you next time.